In this lesson, we're going to cover data management. Cloud data management enables organizations to leverage the cloud as a storage solution for their organizational data. This includes the ability to generate, utilize, store, and distribute data as required. Additionally, cloud service providers often use data replication and data backup techniques. Data management is a critical aspect of cloud computing, as it ensures the integrity, security, and availability of data for organizations that rely on cloud services. There are several key concepts related to data management in the cloud, including replication, backup and recovery, data gravity, locality, data compression, data duplication, and capacity on demand. First, let's talk about data replication. Data replication refers to the process of creating multiple copies of data across different locations or servers. This is done to ensure that data is available in the event of failure or outage. Replication is a key aspect of disaster recovery and business continuity, as it ensures the organization can access their data even in the event of major disruption. Replication is heavily known for its uses in hot, warm, and cold storage architectures. For example, here at Data Training, we use a content delivery network to host our website. This allows us to store our critical data and replicate it to multiple regions around the globe to achieve better performance and ensure that we have multiple copies of its data in different geographical locations to ensure the data is available even if one region experiences an outage or a disaster. Having data replicated in the cloud gives you better uptime and dependability compared to just keeping it in one place. This can also help organizations meet legal requirements for data storage by letting them keep it in specific countries. Second, we have backup and recovery solutions. Backup and recovery solutions refer to the process of creating and maintaining copies of data to be used in the event of data loss. This can be done through a variety of methods such as snapshots, incremental backups, and full backups. It is essential for organizations to have robust backup and recovery strategy in place to ensure that they can quickly and easily recover their data in the event of a failure or outage. Certain industries require long-term data archiving, which is typically stored on low-cost, infrequently accessed cold storage. Another example here at Data Training is our utilization of Google Drive to store our important documents, contracts, and files. With data backups in the cloud, our organization's files are automatically saved to the cloud on a regular basis, which helps to create secure backups in case we suffer from any kind of accidental deletion or data loss. Since Data Training and its employees can access its backup files from anywhere with an internet connection, we can easily restore any lost or damaged files. Backing up data in the cloud is a budget-friendly and adaptable way for companies to protect their crucial information. Third, we have data gravity. Data gravity refers to the phenomenon where data tends to congregate in certain locations. Yes, this is used as an analogy for physical gravity, which describes the attraction between two objects. Data gravity often occurs due to a variety of factors, such as network latency, data sovereignty regulations, or the cost of data transfer. Data gravity can have a significant impact on data management in the cloud, as it can make it difficult to move data between different cloud locations. For example, if your organization uses AWS to store its cloud-based data, you might find that over time, your organization has accumulated a large amount of data inside of AWS. As the data becomes larger and larger in AWS, it becomes more difficult to move the data to a different cloud provider or to an on-premise solution due to high outbound data transfer costs. For this reason, more and more employees will continue to put data into the AWS cloud for storage. In this case, the company is experiencing the effects of data gravity in the cloud, where the increasing amount of data and users makes it more challenging to move away from AWS for your data storage needs. Fourth, we have locality. Locality refers to the location of data and the impact it has on data management. This can include both physical locations such as data centers, as well as logical locations such as which cloud region or availability zone to store the data in. When dealing with large amounts of data, it's more efficient to use CPU resource pools closer to the data rather than moving the data to the computing power. For example, Data Training might want to use locality to use European-based data centers to store and process the data from the European Union consumers. To comply with EU data protection regulations, companies must ensure that their customer data is stored and processed within the European Union. By using AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud, Data Training can store and process its data in specific geographic regions, such as the EU, to meet data sovereignty and compliance requirements. This ensures that customer data remains within the bounds of the EU. Fifth, we have data compression. Data compression involves reducing the size of data by removing redundant information. The goal of data compression is to reduce the amount of storage space required for data and to speed up the time it takes to transfer data over the network. An example of data compression in the cloud might be when Data Training uses AWS's Simple Storage Service, or S3, to store large amounts of video footage. To reduce the cost of storing all of this data, Dion Training can use data compression to compress all the video footage before it's uploaded to AWS S3 buckets. This compressed footage takes up less space in the cloud, which in turn reduces the cost of storing that data. Additionally, compressing the footage also reduces the time it takes to upload the data to AWS, thereby making the process more efficient too. So when you use data compression, you can help to reduce your storage costs and improve the efficiency of your data transfers. 6, we have data deduplication. Data deduplication is a technique for reducing the amount of storage space required to store data by eliminating redundant or duplicate data. The process of data deduplication works by identifying and removing identical or near identical data blocks so that only one copy of the data is stored. For example, Dion Training might want to use data deduplication to store multiple backups of its data in the cloud. By deduplicating the data, the organization can reduce the amount of storage space required to store the backups, which can result in a lower storage cost. Using data deduplication can also improve the efficiency of data transfers in the cloud by reducing the amount of data that needs to be transmitted over the network. When uploading data to the cloud, the data deduplication process can eliminate duplicate data blocks before they are transmitted and therefore reduces the amount of data that needs to be transferred and improves the speed of the overall upload process. 7th, we have capacity on demand. Capacity on demand refers to the ability to quickly and easily scale storage capacity as needed. Handling data in the cloud like this is crucial because it lets organizations adapt to shifting business demands and make sure they have enough storage space to serve their customers' needs. For example, Dion Training first launched its website using AWS Lightsail servers, which provides organizations with a simplified, easy-to-use interface to set up a virtual server, database, storage, and networking for that server in the cloud in just a few minutes. We started with the least expensive plan, which was only $3.50 per month, but as the user base grew, we had to increase that to the $5 per month plan, and then the $10 per month plan, and we just kept vertically scaling our capacity on demand as needed until we reached the top tier of $160 per month. When that happened, we decided to completely rebuild our website to operate under a serverless model that could continue to indefinitely scale out horizontally. This allowed us to meet any additional demands that our website required. So remember, data management is a crucial element of cloud computing. Therefore, it is important to understand the key concepts of data management, including replication, backup and recovery, data gravity, locality, data compression, data deduplication, and capacity on demand, so your organization can ensure that integrity, security, and availability of their data in the cloud is maintained. Handling these elements when doing data management helps your company cut down on storage costs, quickly scale up storage as needed, and store data in the right place for their needs and legal requirements.